from the bottom, from the bottom. You know we got 'em. We got it. We from the bottom. All right, on this episode, we got Trav, the Elaborate Podcast. We had to bring them on. We starting something different. We supporting other podcasters, bringing them on our show to talk about their show. Hopefully, y'all go tune in and listen to them also. So Trav had to be the first person. So if I shared an episode that I was on the interview with. And Trav was the person who interviewed me. It was episode 84, called "Take a Chance" on the Elaborate Podcast. You can go catch that; it's still out there. But welcome to the show, Trav. Happy to have you on.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for having me on, beloved. It's just been a minute, man. You know what I mean? I've been waiting forever. I've been waiting for my chance, man. I finally got it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just happy about that. That's all, man. You know what I mean? I thought it was like an Arkansas thing, but I guess, man.
That was a good one. Yeah, you're right, because we should be procrastinating.
Yeah.
Same here, in my DNA.
Definitely, man. But how you fellas doing, man? Otherwise, man.
Oh man, we can't call everything good on my end.
Same here, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. Before we even get started, shout out to y'all podcast. You know what I mean? I'm a weekly listener. Kyle can vouch for that every week, man. I'm sharing, I'm tuning in. You know what I mean? We need more podcasts like y'all, man. You know what I mean? I've learned so much. I've grown so much because of y'all. You know what I mean? Like investing in why, investing in myself, my happiness, and so forth, man. Appreciate y'all. Salute y'all for that, man.
Oh, man, sure appreciate that right there.
Man. Shit, man. I was listening to your music too, man. I wanted to start rapping, but and I mean it ain't for me, man. It ain't for me, man. It just ain't for me, man. You know what I mean? I said, you know what, my rap career is over, man. I'm 30 now. It's time for me to just get a job and take care of my kids,
Yeah. Hey, man, Jay-Z didn't start till late.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Power moves with it.
Yeah, man. That's Jay, man. This is me. This is Trav. I ain't got the flow and the lyrics and the money like Jay. So
yeah. Jay did come in with a bag.
Yeah,
definitely, man.
Well, I appreciate that, though, man. I try.
Definitely, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Thank you, man.
So Trav was asking me some questions on his episode that made me think, because I'm not used to being interviewed. So now the tables been turned now.
Yeah. Ready for the interrogation, man.
So Trav, let everybody know who you are.
Well, everybody, I'm a regular 9-to-5 worker. You know what I mean? I'm Trav from the podcast, the Elaborate Podcast. You know what I mean? Me and my co-host Isaiah, we run that podcast, man. Shout out to I. You know what I mean? And I'm just somebody that's I don't want to brag about myself like I do something great, but I'm somebody that just I like to empower people. I like to make people feel good about themselves. I like people to, whatever you want to do, make sure you go at it full force. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a father, you know what I'm saying? I'm just somebody that's, a God-fearing man, pretty much to sum it up.
100. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, you got a question for him?
Yeah. I'll get straight to it. Why podcasting? Out of all things, why podcast? Podcast.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? And I think I told this story like a million times. So when I was I want to say about 16, 17, my mom, every morning I woke up, I don't know what it was. It could have been I had morning breath or whatever it was, man. I had this deep ass voice. Like my voice would be like, yeah, good morning, ma, like that.
Yeah.
And my mom used to always say, boy, you got a voice for radio. You need to go do something. You need to, go try out that. So when I was 16 going to school, they had like an internship for radio station at the school, just doing regular stuff. So, I started doing it, and I noticed like whenever I talk, people would listen. So, after a while, things got in the way, things didn't plan out how I wanted to. So I said, you know what, I'll go do something else. So a few years later, I was listening to, I didn't know about anything about podcasts until I started listening to a podcast by the name of Tax Stone. Most of y'all may know him. Yeah. Free Tax, man. Love that dude, man. And, me listening to him, I'm like, yo, the same way how, he would interact with people or how he would talk to people. Like, I was like, yo, that's what I do. Like, when we at the park chilling or when I'm at the party, I'm talking to people. I'm telling people this. You know what I mean? It's damn near like I'm entertaining people. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do that, man. You know what I'm saying? And then it click. I'm like, you know what? My mom did always tell me, to get on the radio. I'm like, this is damn near the way of radio. Like, if anything, podcasts was the new radio station. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really listens to the radio anymore. Like, you go in your car, you go to work out, what you listening to? Either music or podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I can't rap. So I said, yo, I can talk my shit. So let me go do this podcast thing, man.
Yeah. That's man.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
So can you tell people, like, exactly about the elaborate podcast and how you came to be with your co-host and that too?
Oh man, the elaborate podcast, man. Listen, to even begin, if you under 18, don't go listen to it because
don't do it.
Yeah, man. If you damn near in your 50s and you're not somebody that like to hear the raw and uncut, don't listen to it because that's what we bring. You know what I mean? Like, I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm saying elaborate podcast is basically like, the way how we, view life. You know what I mean? Situation. Some people might sit there. Some people care about relationships and certain things that they say about people. We don't care about that. If I feel a certain way about you, that's how I'm going to say it to you. You know what I mean? Whether I'm in your face or whether, you're not around me. You know what I mean? The elaborate podcast, like we're gutter, man. We literally just like y'all from the bottom. Like, we don't, you know what I'm saying?
I told him he the new Tax Stone. He the new Tax
Stone.
Man.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't care how I say it to anybody. And it's not like, I'm not trying to come off disrespectful, but I've always had this thing, like, I'd rather you tell me who you are to my face so I know how to deal with you than, for me to find out later, like, oh, you just was faking it to be around me because, like, this is how I am all the time. Like, I'm going to tell you, you're an effing asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm going to be towards you, no matter what the case is. And the way, before, when we first started, I started out with somebody, a friend of mine by the name of Brother Akil,
I remember those days.
You know, Cal, you know what I mean? You know how things is, especially with business, you know what I mean? People grow apart, things happen, and you know what I mean? And it's no bad blood on my part. Like, you know what I mean? I love that dude like he's my own brother, you know what I mean? Shout out to him. But, I came along later on, like I think maybe like a few months or like a year later, he came on. And, the way how, I was supporting and always like, yo, I like what you're doing. Like, not even asking me to come on. He was just like, yo, I love what you're doing. Yo, keep doing it. I'm tuning in every day. So I'm like, you know what? Come on, be my co-host, man. You might as well, you know what I mean? Like, we damn two peas in a pie. Like, he's from the Bronx. I don't care about what he said, who he say it to. Like, that's, you know what I mean? That's why I wanted on the podcast. And from then on, we just clicked, man. You know what I'm saying? We just started doing our thing, recording every day. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Brother Akil, I guess he didn't like the way how the show was going with the ranchiness. Like, you know what I mean? He's a Muslim brother, so, he's always trying to be cautious of the things that he say. And I can't blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? I respect his opinion on things. So, we just parted ways, man. That's all.
That makes a lot of sense. But, Trav, I got to ask, where are you located at?
Oh man, I'm in the boondocks, man. I'm in the woods. I'm located, for those who, it's crazy. Somebody else asked me that. It's like, yo, where the hell you at, man? And I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in the state of Pennsylvania, man.
See, okay, because I was like, Trav he over in New York, or he over in Jersey. I'm like, he over on the East Coast. I'm like, I just can't pinpoint where he at.
Yeah, man. Pennsylvania, Arkansas is like step cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like we did damn near somewhat the same. It's nothing but sticks, woods, and then a lot of gun shooting rednecks.
Wait a minute. So you mean tell you would give me a time about Arkansas and you out the state?
Let me ask you, man, how far are you from the nearest black town?
Out here in Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas.
I was in the black town.
Oh, you was? Oh man,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Because I was well, where I was at in Arkansas was like right across the bridge was Memphis. So
okay.
I was from West Memphis.
Oh,
the only thing separated us was like a bridge, and you know, so it was black where I was from. I never even been to parts of Arkansas, like all the country stuff. Like it wasn't country where I was from.
Man, well, we need to get a petition done to get that bridge removed because we don't need no white people going over there and messing with the black folks, man. Golly, boy.
No, it wasn't too many white folks like in my part of town.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. Matter of fact, it wasn't none. Yeah.
Well, it's a lot where I'm at, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I moved here about and it's crazy. About 10 years ago, I moved to Pennsylvania from New York. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I first got here, it was, you know, real hard, like getting used to this. It's just like anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn, like, you know, I want to go back home, used to something. And that was like my first step in getting out of my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Like New York, it's the city, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff open 24 hours. I can go up the block and, you know, the bodega's open. Out here, and there's 6, 7 o'clock. Everything is closed. Like, you know what I mean? The only thing that's open up is really Walmart and probably a gas station, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you move from New York to Pennsylvania? Like, you can go to DC.
Man, let me tell you mean Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, Washington, D.C.
I'm gonna share a story with y'all why I hate Washington, D.C., why I'm always on them. But the reason why is because to be honest with you, man, I wanted a better life for my kids, man. As cliched and as that sound, that was just my goal, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I grew up in a house where my mom have 9 kids. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, she can't afford to feed all 9 of these kids, man. And then I was getting into a lot of bullshit I shouldn't have been getting into, you know what I mean? Fighting, robbing, you know what I mean? Getting locked up and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, I'm a bad boy, but I'm good. I changed my ways. So please don't let me step back into that realm. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the regular, you know what I mean, stupid, ignorant shit that, you know what I mean, you get into while you in the hood or while you in that type of environment, you know? So, you know, I got into some serious trouble, you know what I mean? And my mom basically gave me an ultimatum. She was like, it's either you go to PA with your aunt and get your act together or, you know, you're going to wind up dead or in jail. So, you know, I had a daughter and I wanted to make sure I'm there for her. So, you know, I made that goal to go to PA and get my life together, man. And ever since then, it's been blessing on blessing, you know?
Yeah, salute to you for making that move.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Bro.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. You got another question?
Yeah. Okay, so when you go by and you get your work together for your podcast, how do you go about brainstorming topics that you're gonna talk about?
I'm be honest with you, man. I freestyle all my podcasts, man.
All you podcasts?
I freestyle all of them, and I tell people that all the time. You know what I mean? You know, if you feel like you need to write stuff down, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way how to go. But me, I just, you know, we used to do that at first, and we would, you know, when you're talking to somebody, you don't always get to talk about the stuff that you written down. You know what I'm saying? Like you start talking about, let's say for instance, like we'll start talking about basketball, and from basketball we'll go all the way to like the politics of basketball, like, you know, politics and all type of other stuff. So we never really actually get to talk about the stuff that we've written down unless you're somebody that you got like a, you know, maybe like a director or maybe like somebody on the outside, like, yo, you got to stick to the program. You got to stick to what you've written down, what you want to talk about, you know? And then I started learning that I'm wasting my time every week writing now because we talking about stuff that had nothing to do on the paper. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, I told my guys, I'm like, yo, listen, every week when we come in here, we all gonna pick something we all want to talk about. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna spend, you know what I mean, not so much time on it, but we're gonna spend time on discussing these things, you know what I mean? And then, you know, most of the time I try to just write down like the main current events that happen, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe something happened in hip hop. So, you know, I want to talk about that. But, you know, other than that, we freestyle our whole podcast. Like nothing is the way how you get it, that's how it is. Like when we come in this room, we just sit down, we ready to record, we hit record, and then we start thugging it out and recording it, man.
See, I respect that because, you know, at first when we first started, we were trying you know, we tried to stick to topics sometimes, and then we get to talking like barbershop talking, and next thing you know, like 30 minutes, and we all way on a whole nother topic. You know? And then we were like, man, we gotta do like ODB and, you know, give it to them raw.
And
when we start doing that, that's when we stop editing it so intense. I mean, we were taking days. I'm like, dude, this is long. That's it. Look, bro, we need to like just give it to them. Forget it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Definitely. And people will relate to the realness, man. Like, you know what I mean? People like you know, my co-host Isaiah, he was the one that told me that. He was like, yo, who cares about what's going on in the back? I remember when we first started, we had the wackest of mics. I'm talking about you could hear a cockroach fart. You know what I'm saying? How that thing picked up everything. You understand what I'm saying? And I would be so mad at listening to it. It's like TV static. You hear people yelling outside. You hear all of that. And I'm just like, yo, he's like, yo, listen, bro, we learning, we grinding, like respect the grind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing's going to be perfect. Like that's what people going to like about it because we're real. You know what I'm saying? Like and then we got to a point where we just like y'all, like I started investing in computers and all that. And it would take forever for me to sit there and be editing. I'm like, yo, by the time I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn, we're about to drop a podcast every month by the time I'm done editing this damn thing, man. Like,
that's funny. That's funny. Hey, that's just like us. Hey, the first episode, bro, it'll take us like a week or two to do the one episode. Because, like, we were trying to take out, like, every, like, breath. We were taking out, like, all spaces when somebody talked. We were taking out every extra noise, and like we were sitting there like second by second. We was editing, trying to make this sound perfect. And after a while, it just like, hey, let's just give it to him, bro.
And I got so and you see, it's two of y'all, and it was just one of me. Like, you know, when my co-hosts go home, I gotta sit there for hours. You know what I'm saying? And then edit it and listen and edit it and listen. And I'm just like, I can't do this, man. I'm like, yo, listen, man. If there's a noise, hey, they'll know we're giving them the authentic, man. We're telling them the truth. Like, yo, this is what goes on in people's background. Like, this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
running around.
When we first started, it was all JR, like, cause he was the music guy. I ain't know none of this stuff, but I was like, damn, what if something happened? You know, happened to him? You know, I was like, damn, would the show stop? So I was like, man, I got to learn it. So I'm like, he knows it. So I had to, you know, I call and ask him questions about it. And I had to start learning how to do it.
Yeah, man, I YouTube everything, man. I remember I was listening to your episode one time, and I don't know if it was JR or somebody. They had a baby in there crying. And the whole time I'm just laughing. I think it was him and his girl recorded, and the baby was in there crying. And I'm just like, yo, this is the real and uncut. Like my man being a daddy and a podcaster at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, I need to be real like this, man. Like this is how I want my podcast. So we just decided to just freestyle it. Like, yo, we're gonna come on here. And most of the time, you know, like you know, he don't really have social media, so he don't really keep up with all the current events. So, you know what I'm saying? He just really give his opinion on things. And the things that he do know about, he freestyle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's the best way how to go about things. Like, you know, barbershop conversation are some of the most classic conversations. You know what I'm saying? So why not bring it to the mic?
Well, that makes sense. You know, we dads. So, you know, sometimes like we were sitting here babysitting while we had to record. So,
right.
Running around playing and stuff.
Right. You know what I mean? And you damn sure don't want no listener, you know what I mean, calling ACS on you, you yelling at your kid, shut your, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, I think there's a couple of episodes out there that probably happened. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, hold on. We need to go listen to that. What he said?
Yeah, yeah, right? You know how these people are, you know what I mean? Especially the white listener. They were, oh my God, did he just, like, yeah, like, you know, I'm trying to shut your ass up, you know what I mean? Go play, go stop running. I told y'all this before the episode, I'm doing something, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, you know, I do the authentic way, man. My kids are here and they running, I be like, hey, what's up? Right on the mic, and I keep it right in there, man, because that's authentic right there, you know? Ain't no fake in my game, man. You
know, it make it easy on your end too, you know, because you're not trying to be perfect. You just trying to put out a product.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So Trav, why should people tune into the Elaborate podcast? Come on now.
Hey, man, because I feel like no disrespect to y'all, no disrespect to nobody that's doing the podcast, man. But I feel like, our podcast is one of the best, you know what I mean? And I hope everybody feels that way about their podcast, saying like, whenever you ask them that, they're gonna say the first thing they're gonna say, my podcast is the best. And that's how I feel like. I feel like, we motivate you, you know what I'm saying? We spread the word of knowledge. Like, we used to have this thing called, dropping jewels, you know what I'm saying? Where we would just say something inspirational. I think we're gonna bring that back. You know what I mean? And people would, like my friends or people that know me that that listen to the podcast would be like, yo, I like that what you said, man. I'm gonna use that, you know what I'm saying? Like the saying I always say, you know what I mean? Be mindful and never blindfold. People up to this day love that. They be like, yo, that's real shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's why people should listen to my podcast, because the shit I say is real. There's no faking it. There's no playing around with it. Like I take this to real, you know what I mean? Number two, you should support me because, you know what I mean? I'm passionate about my podcast. You know what I mean? Anytime somebody passionate about something, you should support them 100%. You know what I mean? Like, that's the real. And number three, because we the best.
I mean, you gotta believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in you?
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. You know, some people, they get discouraged because, even myself, man, I can't even front, man. When I first started my podcast and I would see like 3 listeners and I'd be like, damn, like that's it, like all week only 3. And then you do another one and it's like, damn, only 1, damn, you know what I mean? Like that's the grind, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the beauty of grinding, you know what I mean? Like, damn, all right, only this, all right, cool. And I always say, them 3 listeners eventually gonna grow, you know what I mean? People don't know how powerful word of mouth is. Like, this I've watched countless of motivational speakers that tell me like this little device right here, this phone, is the way how you can, you know what I'm saying, make millions of dollars, man.
Yeah,
you don't, and at that, you don't need no gatekeepers no more. You don't need to go up to the radio and ask them or pay them for slots. You got your phone, you know what I'm saying? You can reach people like Instagram. Before I was on Instagram, it was like 2-3 listeners, and this was people that I was telling like that I work with around, my workplace. And then, when I discovered hashtag, I was like, oh, God, man, this shit about to be lit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I started hashtag from A to Z. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Everybody started, you know what I'm saying? Like, started listening. I started tuning in and this, that, and the third. Like I always say, and I always give props to this dude, you know what I'm saying? Like Scoop Grady. Because, you know what I mean? If it wasn't for Scoop, I would have never known about none of you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? From the bottom. You know what I mean? The Awakened Soul podcast, like some of these podcasts that I love and I listen to, because if it wasn't for Scoop, I would have never known about none of them, because he was one, he used to always just repost and reshare people thing. Always repost and reshare. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, word of mouth, that's the way of word of mouth. Like people see you repost. So the first thing they do, they go check their, who reposted it. Like, oh, he's a fellow podcast. Let me go follow him or let me go listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like one hand washes the other type of thing, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to Scoop for that, man.
Shout out to Scoop. Yeah, that's my guy right there.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he's one of them dudes you get on here, man, because that dude is crazy, man.
Scoop supposed to have came on like a week ago.
Yeah.
But we couldn't We could. I mean, we working on it. You know, everybody different time zones, so it ain't.
Man. I hope so, man. That'll be a good look. That'll be dope, man.
Well, you know, one thing that you like what you said, how when you started, you only had 3 listeners.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people who starting podcasts, don't expect people you know to listen to your stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the most support from people you don't even know.
And that's the God honest truth, man. I used to go to work and literally threaten some of my coworkers' jobs because I was a manager. I'd be like, yo, if you don't listen to my stuff, man, yo, if you think work was hard tonight, you know what I mean? And that's where it was like, you know, I understand, like, yo, I always thought, like, when I put out this podcast, I'm like, yo, I know so much people, all my boys gonna listen to it. Everybody that, you know, I know that's gonna listen to it. And then when I tuned in at the end of the week and saw only 3 people, I said, yo, my jaw dropped, man. I said, damn. And then it became like, once I got onto the Instagram thing and SoundCloud and all that, it was like people that was like across state, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you dudes are like way across state me and listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, people from Cali and all these other places. I'm like, damn, like, it takes for them to listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get people from out of state to listen to me, out of country to listen to me before my own people that's right here in my backyard, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean, Kyle, you right about that. Like, yo, ain't none of your friends, maybe some of your friends will listen to it, their support, you know what I'm saying? But majority of the time it's gonna be people that's like, you never even met in your life that's gonna support you, you know?
Well, yeah. I don't know. I used to like sit back every Wednesday and I'd sit here and share it. I'd text it to everybody. like years, like, and then like now I'm like, man, I don't even know the numbers no more. I just put it out there. Let it go. Let it do what it do.
Yeah, that's a fact. I learned that from that dude. What's that rapper name? Kyle. I think that's his name. It's some young, you know, mumble rapper. I don't, you know, but I was listening to an interview he had. He was like, yo, you know, every time I put out something, I would just text it and send it to everybody in my school or everybody in my neighborhood. Like, he was like people would block me. I would make new pages just to send it to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know, I don't follow his music, but it was just the grind I respect. You know what I'm saying? The nonstop, like, no matter what, like, I'm still gonna grind. And that's what I tell people, like, don't get discouraged because you only got 2-3 listeners. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing that you really want and passionate about is gonna be handed to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they see these celebrities that's already established, you know what I'm saying? And then they just jump in this podcast game and be like, and make a podcast and they be like, damn, like, yo, you know, like Gilly the Kid, the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. I'm like, you know, Gilly was already established, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to remember, you starting literally from the bottom. Like, you know what I'm saying? You starting like from no fan, no nothing. Gilly was a rapper before he started being a podcaster, you know what I mean? Even before being a podcaster, he was always on Instagram giving game and stuff like that. Joe Budden was a rapper before podcasters. Even that, he was on radio station, he was on talk shows. So he developed that following of people. Like, you're starting from the bottom. So your time will come. Just continue to grind. No matter what, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you notice, like, we took a huge gap, you know what I mean, because of personal reason and because of, you know, a lot of disagreement and a lot of, you know, not communicating. And you know, I sat there a lot of times like, damn, you know what I mean? I'm up to only 30 people listening. Like, do I want to really continue this podcast? And I'm like, I invested too much into this. You know what I'm saying? Way too much into this for me to just give up on this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep grinding no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Until the wheel fall off, I ain't going to stop, you know?
Because that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got another one?
I'll say one thing. When I will put music out, that's I'll text my people. You know, text them, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know, get no response, but at the same time, you know, kind of see them share something else.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, when I start to buzzing like a bee, the same.
Yeah. You know who to isolate out the clique, man. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with me. I see people be sharing you know, dudes that won't even acknowledge them, like won't even, you know what I mean, pass gas your way and you sharing his stuff. But me, I'm right here. I'm your boy. I'm looking out. I probably done something for you that might not be like great, but I've done something for you. Like just you knowing me and me being your peoples. I expected, you know what I'm saying? Like for you to be like, all right, yo, this is my boy. Let me share his thing. Like this is my, you know what I mean? This is my people. Let me, you know what I mean? Click. Like this is the problem with some people. They feel like people take this, you know, social media have made people think like sharing and liking is like it takes your power away or some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like some, like it's kryptonite, some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I see people that's like I'll put out stuff and like they won't share it. Like me, I'm somebody, I share anybody's stuff, anybody. Like JR Fence, I didn't know you from a hole in the wall. And Cal put up your music and I shared it because I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like I want him to win. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be successful. I like the music and I really want him to win. You know, on the flip side of that, you'll probably have somebody that know you, like really know you and won't share it. And you'll be sitting there thinking like, yo, why you ain't sharing my stuff? Like, you know what I mean? And people got this ego mind thing. Like they think sharing and liking, like you hold some willpower or some weird goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that, man. Like it's nothing for you to press a button to be like, share and comment. Like how is that hurting you in any way, shape, or form? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, people think they got like a personal brand.
Yeah.
You're not even asking them, you know, to spend no money. Only thing you asking is like you said, a simple click of a button.
Yeah.
After you share, you forget about it anyway. Like
yeah, right. So it's like, you know what I mean? How is that hurting you, man? Support me. You know what I mean? Like you'll support Drake or you'll support Kanye West. And I get it, they put out good music that you may like, but these motherfuckers would never, I'm probably never do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, you support me, I would never, like, I'm somebody, I don't never forget the people that helped me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always say, yo, my goal is to make it on Netflix. That's my goal right there with this podcast thing. You know what I'm saying? And once I get there, you know what I mean? I'm speaking into existence. Once I get there, I'm never going to forget. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna forget people like y'all that shared my stuff or listened to my stuff or got me or brought me on your show. I'm never gonna forget that. So that's one thing my mom instilled in me, man. The people that help you, you don't never forget them. You know what I'm saying? And I've always said, even if I don't make it, who knows? The person that I actually support or share, maybe somebody that I know might like their stuff more than me, and maybe might, you know, help them out and put them in a position where they could be like, you know what? I remember, yo, Trav used to share my podcast all the time. Let me bring them on. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Put them in a position where I could help them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with anything, one hand always washes the other. You know what I mean? So people need to always remember that. You know what I mean? I went from, you know, dude sharing my podcast to now not sharing it because, you know what I mean? For whatever reason, I'm just like, you know, dude, like it. Like I don't hold no animosity. Like I still share their podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? I notice they don't share mine, but it's like I don't lose no sleep over not sharing it. Like I want to support. Like this is what I'm all about: supporting podcasts, supporting people, and helping people. You know what I mean? Succeed in life. Like it's too much of the, you know, some of these podcasts be turning this into rap beef. You know what I'm saying? Like into rap podcasts, be some weird, goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like nah, man. Like we don't need to. Like we already lost too many people in rap because of that. Like. You know what I'm saying? Let's embrace each other. Let's help each other grow. You know, the podcast business is probably only about, I want to say 15 to 20 years old, if that. You know what I mean? Like we still young and fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like let's uplift this. Let's show, you know what I'm saying, people that, yo, we can all support each other. We can all hold each other down. You know what I mean? By just sharing and liking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. You know, I realized that there's billions of ears out there. You know, and I was like, you know, talking to me and JR talking, you know, we don't mind supporting. So I was like, man, let's start getting podcasters on our show to talk about their show, and hopefully somebody who listens to our show will go listen to their show. You know, I mean, it ain't no competition. Like it's more than enough people out there for everybody.
That's what I'm saying, man. One hand washes the other. It's enough money out here for people to make. It's enough space out here for people to make. Netflix got about probably like damn near 10,000 goofy shows on there. Eventually they got to delete some of them to add new shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it, you know? Like, people really need to stop the hating. And I love what you're doing, especially with this podcast thing about bringing other podcasters on and supporting them, because, you know, I don't see nobody else. I mean, people do it, you know what I'm saying? But the only reason why people do it is just to get you on their show. Like, I'm really doing it to actually help other podcasters out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always said on my platform, I don't care about interviewing celebrities. Like, they already established. They got an Instagram where you can learn their whole life. Like, whatever question I want to ask them, I'm sure I can already find that out by following them on Instagram or you know what I'm saying? Or going and reading some magazine about them. Like, I want to interview the dude, the up and coming podcaster. What's his grind like? Because everybody grind is different. We all, you know what I'm saying? We all got the same, we all going through the same road to redemption, but we all got a different grind to get to that road. You know what I'm saying? To get to that goal. And I've always said I want to interview the homeless dude that's on the corner. How did he get there? Like, what is his life like? What did he plan on doing to better his situation? The dude that just came home from the army, what is that like? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he mentally stable still to be back into civilization? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to interview the stripper in the strip club and ask her when can she attend my next birthday party and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I want to interview people like that. Like, I've always said, I want to interview like a transsexual. Like, I just want to know the process, the what did you have to go through? Because that's a lot of mental thing going on with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I want to interview those type of people, man. You know what I mean?
That's a fact right there.
Yeah.
What you got, JR?
Now with your grittiness, as we discussed a little bit ago, honestly, like your mom said, bro, you got that East Coast voice. You remind me of DJ Envy. I kid you. Now I'm like, it ain't DJ Envy, son. So I want to hear your intake on. I don't know if you discussed it, but on the Capitol, on the food. I would just want your intake on.
Oh, wait, repeat that again. I'm sorry, it was breaking up. On what?
On the Capitol. The foolery on the Capitol. I need your intake. I need the grittiness.
All right, let me put it like this, man. I hope nobody don't flag y'all for me seeing this comment and doing all this, right? I've always said this, and I'm gonna keep saying it, man. Like, what do people expect? You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump is a known let me put it like this. Trump is a known racist, right? He's somebody that these white American people look up to, they respect, you know, and it's like, put it like this. If a known blood member, right, was running for president, who you think gonna come out and support him the most?
The blood.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The same thing if a known Crip or for a known, you know what I mean, Lion King, like, these are the people that's going to come out and support him the most because they believe in him. He represents the same thing they do. So with that being said, Trump is a known racist. Like, his grandfather, they got pictures of his grandfather in the whole KKK costume. So who you think going to come out and support him the most? You know what I'm saying? And these white people that believe in his cause and believe in, like, he's the greatest president, they're going to do whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying, to make sure he's protected at all costs, you know what I'm saying? Make sure he stays in office at all costs and do whatever it takes for him to make sure he stays in that power, because he's the one that's giving them this, you know, strong power to continue being this racist and these outspoken racism. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when they storm the Capitol, like, this is what, you know what I mean? This is his power. You know what I'm saying? This is like his little cult. Like, if he say, go fetch, that's what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So we shouldn't be mad. Like, I feel like a lot of us black people was like mad. Oh, you know, they should have been treating us different. And I mean, they should be treated the same way how we was treated if a black boy was going in there. But, you know, you fail to realize we're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, that right there had nothing to do with us. Like, them storming the White House had nothing to do with us. Why do we care that they stormed the White House? I get the point of, you know, it's not fair that the fact that, you know, if we storm it, we would have never got the same result. of course we wouldn't have got the same result. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is that whatever that went on right there, that don't have nothing to do with us. Like, let's leave that. We got a whole lot of other stuff that we need to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like, social media got people so riled up into believing that we should worry about that as Black people. You know what I'm saying? You know what we should more worry about? The same way how they are willing to protect their own and keep them in power, that's what we should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if one of our own do something that we don't like, we don't protect them, or we don't, you know what I'm saying, we wouldn't do the same thing for them. You know what I'm saying? You see how rowdy and crazy they got because they wanted to make sure that he was protected and he stayed in power. We should be doing the same to our own leaders and our own, you know what I mean, the people that we love, you know? But those dudes are idiots, man. Like,
I don't know. I got to say, like, the whole thing that happened, it's been a lot of firsts. you know, we had a global pandemic. Like, whoever would have thought that in a million years?
Right.
And people storming the Capitol. It was almost like where the Olympics had fallen. Oh, I never thought I'd see that either. So now it's like, can you be surprised by what happened? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even surprised no more at these things that happen. Like, to even begin everything, we voted in Donald Trump as president. Like, not we, but them. They made this dude have no politician background. And at that, he lost to somebody with experience in this thing. The first time, Hillary Clinton, like, her husband was president. You know what I'm saying? She have experience in this whole politician thing, and she lost to him. Like, that right there, I was like, this country is going down, man. Like, when I seen that, I said, oh, man, this is about to be a showboat right here, man. With him, come on, man. And he's a dude, like I tell people all the time, Donald Trump is what America is. Whether we want to believe it or not, everybody's in America is what Donald Trump is. He's a racist. He's a bigot. He's somebody he's going to say whatever ignorance that comes to his mouth. We all have a little bit of that in us. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you Black, white, Spanish, that's how, and you're living in America, America has groomed you to be that person. Like, America. Like, if America had a mood, it would be Donald Trump, you know?
I mean, but the whole thing with Donald Trump is, I mean, would you really expect him to understand what Black and brown people go through?
No,
like,
I don't.
He never lived that. Like, it's like two different worlds out there.
Yeah.
Like on the top world, you know, everything that happened down here, it don't matter to him because he ain't, you know, you don't got to deal with this. So why would it matter to him?
Yeah, true that. But it's also like, he can't relate to the poor white people neither.
I know.
I mean, he's going to use them to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when a dude, you know what I mean, using the girl for just sex. He don't really like her, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, if the ass is there, then I'm going to just use it until further notice, you know what I'm saying? And that's how Donald Trump is using those people. And some of us lost, you know, Black people, you know? I really think Donald Trump only care about, and I've said it a million times, two things, you know what I mean? M and B. And what I mean by that, millions and billions. If you don't have that, then he doesn't really care about you. Like, he can't benefit nothing from you. Like, a lot of people would sit there and be like, yo, he's, you know what I mean, a racist, he's this, that, and the third. Yeah, he's doing that to like, because money, you know what I mean? It's money in war. So whichever way he can cause casualty, it's money involved, you know? So why not?
I mean, he a businessman, so
yeah.
You know, well, you know, if you get in the White House, you're gonna use it to your advantage. So you know, you know your time's gonna be coming to an end.
Exactly,
so you make sure, like, he gonna set up all this stuff. I think every president do that though. Like, you know, you're gonna use that, you know, the presidency to set you up for generations.
Yeah. As a president, you're gonna use all your resources. You're gonna touch people that you probably never would have touched as a regular person. Like, you're the leader of America, like one of the most well-known countries. You're gonna have so much reach. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? And Donald Trump, just like you say, he's a businessman. He's probably building up buildings in Russia and China and all these stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm so big on conspiracy. Like, I feel like all these things are already pre-planned. You know what I'm saying? Like, Donald Trump really never cared about, probably he don't even care about still being president. He just trying to, like I said, use this until it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still trying to make his money. He's still trying to set, you know what I mean, financial wealth for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I can't blame him for that. You know what I mean? I really can't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got something, Jay?
I think it's true, man. Now, what's your next question? I needed the grade. I needed the run on cut on that. I mean, I've been seeing it so much. I'm like, man, I know somebody else got something for him. I know. Then you closer than we are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He is way closer than we are.
Yeah, man. But see, there was some doctors from over here that was over there, and
Yeah,
now I'm like, hey, your job is gone.
Yeah, man. How is it over there where you guys are now? Are they rioting and going crazy?
They stormed the mayor's the governor. They stormed his mansion. They ain't telling nothing up. I think maybe a fence or something, but they ain't do like they did the Capitol.
Wow, man. You know what we need to why we need to start storming us as black people? Damn, I can't think of the word, but if you remember, you know, every race, well, certain races like the Jews, the Native Americans, you know, even the Chinese have all been compensated for what happened in history. You know what I mean? And us as black people still have yet to be compensated. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look, the Native Americans, they took their money and started building casinos and all that and still getting compensated for that. If you look at the Jews are in every damn their ghetto in America and they're getting compensated for that. They have laundromats and all this stuff. The Chinese, I mean, shit. It's self-explained, you know what I'm saying? Then every hood, out of the liquor store, the laundromat, or the chicken fried rice spot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We as black people are the only people have not been compensated for the struggle and the things that America have done for us. And I feel like we've been through the worst of it. And I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest, I don't ever seen it happen because, you know, we black people, we are so, and forgive my words, man, we are so stupid and PU, you know, sus why, you know what I mean? That we are so blinded to so much shit, man. We are so easily distracted. Like somebody once told me that black people have short-term memories. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we say something today and we'll forget it an hour later. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is why they're giving us the $600 or telling us, waving these little $1,200 checks. You know what I mean? In front of our faces. I remember early in the year, there was a dude that came on and said, yo, black people should start, you know what I mean? We should start going at, you know what I mean, governments and Congress so we can get, you know what I mean? We can get our money. We can get our share of things that we need. You know what I mean? And then this pandemic hit and they waving these $1,200 and these little employment checks and everybody forgot about it, you know?
But let me ask both of y'all. If they did want to give reparations,
yeah, that's reparation.
What number could you put on it? Like what number would be acceptable? Because I don't think they got enough money to whatever would be acceptable.
Man, I'm gonna have to agree with you with that, Kyle. I was listening to the Donald Trump talk, and you know what I mean, in between, you know, paying attention and not paying attention, you know, they got, I think, like a $900 billion relief package, you know, and these dudes were giving money to countries that don't got nothing to do with America. That's why Donald Trump didn't sign it first. I'm pretty sure you heard about it. You know what I mean? He didn't sign it first because, you know, they was giving money to countries that had nothing to do with us. They was giving money to art galleries and stuff like that to stay open. Like, what the hell is that got to do with us? Like that's, you know what I mean? It's people losing their livelihood because of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they got the money. If they got money to be giving it to other countries and to putting the money into certain stuff we don't need, they got the money. You know what I mean? Young Jeezy said, you know, they print money every day. You know what I'm saying? Every single day they print money. You know what I mean? And it ain't like, I feel like, you know what I mean? When they give us that little bullshit $100 or, you know what I mean? Whatever money, they get it right back because most of us are too stupid to even understand, like, you know, to invest in it or do anything with it. We go out and buy sneakers, go on vacation, and they get that right back. You know what I mean? Like tax time, we don't understand. When it's all said and done, they gonna get that right back. They taking that right back out of your taxes, man. You know what I'm saying?
say they do come up with a reparations number. Say they give everybody like 20,000. Some people are gonna be okay with that.
Yeah.
But then again,
Yeah.
would you be able to continue to talk about slavery? Because they're gonna be like, we fixed the problem now. We gave y'all money. You know,
Yeah.
what y'all do with the money is on y'all. So, you know, y'all can't say nothing else no more.
I mean, even to begin with that, I think the people of this generation and even the generation, maybe like 15 to 20 generation ago, can't talk about slavery because we ain't been through that. You know what I'm saying? Like who are we to still continue to talk? I get like, you know, my mom always had a thing, you know what I mean? You know, let bygones be bygones, you know what I'm saying? You know, let live but never forget. And I feel like we should never forget the things that happened to us. But at the same time, for us to keep talking about the slavery thing when none of us has really been through slavery like how our ancestors did. Like none of us are getting beat or chained or whipped. Like the new age slavery, like, you know, we're getting shot and killed, but you know, that's we're not going through that no more. You know what I'm saying? So if that was to happen, like let's say they was to say, okay, we're gonna give every black person in America $20,000, I feel like, okay, we should use that, and hopefully some of us will be smart enough to build, you know what I mean, to build generational wealth off of 20,000, you know what I'm saying, or off of the little money that we get. Some of us are not. Some of us, you know, we care more about, you know, bullshit than others, you know. So I feel like if that was to happen, maybe we should stop that. We should stop it now, actually, you know.
Well, you know what I'm thinking is, you know, us as black people, we got a lot of strength that we don't know about. The whole thing is, you know, sometimes we have to come together. You know, just
Yeah.
think if you got 5 people who come together and put $500 together and then go get a truck, you know,
Yep.
a box truck or something. You get this box truck and they be like, okay, you know, Trav, JR, with this 500, you know, you're gonna get like a 10%, 10%
Yep.
growth every month of what this truck makes. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we all came together, you know, but now you started getting like you put 500 in, you starting to get like $100 a month. But
Yeah.
then y'all like keep putting money together and y'all just keep growing and y'all going to invest in real estate. You invest
Yeah.
in trucks and you investing in this. You know, you can do it. You can do it now, but
Yeah.
you know, everybody
Yeah.
ain't. You know, it's a lot of people who want the instant gratification back.
Yep.
You know, they
Yep.
don't want the stuff over months. You know, they need it right now, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of stuff out there that we can do together, but it's hard to bring everybody together to see the bigger picture.
Yeah, and that was one of my biggest, you know what I mean, biggest thing too. I would sit there and be like, you know, I need to win the lottery, or I need to have, you know what I'm saying, like money to, you know what I'm saying, to get what I need to get. And then, you know, I look at one of my uncles, you know, he's, you know, my parents are from South America, you know, and my uncle is down there right now. He's building a hotel
Oh,
off of just working and saving his money. You know what I mean? The money is different, like $300 down there. Well, let me put it like $500 up here. It's like damn near $600,000 down there. You know what I'm saying? And he's
wait. Say it
building.
one more time for people who didn't understand.
Yeah.
500.
Five
Yeah.
hundred what? $500 or
500. Yeah.
500,000?
$500 up here is damn near like $600,000 down there. So what he's doing is, you know, he's a construction worker and he sells, you know, like frontos. I don't know if you know what fronto is, you know what I'm saying? Like
No.
it's basically like the stuff that they wrap like cigars and you know what I mean? Banana leaf, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, fronto. You know, people wrap weed and stuff like that in it. And that's what he does on the side. And he damn near saved up, I want to say like $12,000 of his own money up here in America and sent it all down there. So what he's doing now, he's buying land and building hotels. And, you know, if you know anything about Guyana is like starting to become like a tour area. So people are flying down there and staying down there. You know what I'm saying? So he's building up, you know what I mean? Like people, and it's so crazy that he's making money on both sides, because when people come down from, like, let's say from England or from America, they're going to need a place to change their money over into, you know, Guyanese money. So, you know, when he collects that money, when he collects that American money, he's keeping that for himself. So when he come back up here, he can put it in the bank. You know what I mean? And the guy needs money. When he's giving out, he know they're gonna spend it, you know what I mean, in the hotels and everywhere else. So he's keeping that too. So he's making a profit on either end. You know what I mean?
I need to start looking at property down there.
Yeah, man. I'm saying, I was telling the same thing to you know what I mean, the mother of my kids. I'm like, you know, if I was to, you know what I mean, I wanted to join in my uncle business, and I wanted to invest in maybe doing like an Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Like when people come down, like, you know, a house down there is like, to build a house down there is $1,000 up here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like a big house. Like I'm talking about like something like can have 6 to 7 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? Then you put your own pool in the back and all of that. So imagine you build that, and when people come down, you charge them like, let's say, you know, because they coming from out of country, so you charge them $1,000 American money to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Think about the money you'll get. Think about the money you'll receive back. You know, and down there, it's so great down there that you can have your own water well. You don't have to pay no outside company. You know what I'm saying? Like you can construct your own clean water well. You can do all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like the only thing you might have to pay is probably the lights and the taxes on the land.
Well, there you go, people. We've just learned something right there. You know,
Man.
Yeah, man.
And think about purchasing property in other places.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? That's a big investment. Why do you think a lot of these American rappers and stuff now is like following what Akon is doing? They're going to Africa and building stuff up over there because, you know what I mean? They know people are going to go on vacation. People going to need places to stay. People going to need things to do. So you build up all these little, you know what I mean, entertainment places for people to stay, and you're good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Now, see, that's how it happened right there. See how we start talking about one thing and then
Man.
That's what happens when you're having those barbershop conversations.
Exactly, man. That's why I said people need to hear these little barbershop conversations, man, because they can relate, yo.
You know, but I do now want to get back to the podcast. But y'all go check out the property down there. What he's saying now.
Yeah.
What's the future of the elaborate podcast?
Oh man, like I said before, man, I want a Netflix deal.
What
Shit,
Netflix?
Man,
though?
I want to. Well, the reason why, because I feel like I'm gonna be honest with you. I look at a lot of stuff on Netflix, and I feel like Netflix just seemed like they will more support people than others. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Hulu is run by Disney. Disney is more like, they're not really trying to give nobody no chance. Like, if you look at some of the shows on Netflix, you got to look at it like, why is this show up here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen this show about with, what's the dude name? Fat Boy SSC or something like that. And it's about Instagram. I'm like, why is this show up here? You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these comedians, I'm like, why are these comedians up here? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I have a better shot with Netflix, you know what I'm saying? And with me, I'm so like, I don't even want to do it for the money. I just want to do it for like more like the exposure so I can help other podcasters. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always thinking about when I get on how to return the favor to help other people. You know what I'm saying? Like bring an interview in, and not just these top name podcasters. I mean, if they come, damn, I will be happy. But I'm talking about like podcasts that don't got the recognition. You know what I'm saying? The ones that ain't really out there like that or don't really know how to get out there, because there's some podcasters that you listen to that saying a lot, but they just don't got to listen to or they don't got the reach. So that's why I really want to do it for. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on supporting this podcast business, man. Really, really, man.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. I don't think anybody say nothing about joining Netflix.
Yeah, man, that's my goal. I've been saying from the time I started, if you go back to the first episode I ever did, like that's the first thing I said. I said, you know, once I get this Netflix deal, things is gonna be going smooth, man. And trust me, man, I'll be on Instagram writing Netflix different ideas and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, you just never know. I just gotta throw the bait out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm always writing them, telling them, yo, I got an idea about a show maybe I can do and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always like, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? I've talking to celebrities that I never thought I would ever get a comment from, or even they even reach back. Like I was like, you know, how did you get to where you got to? Like you said, DJ Envy, I was in his inbox and I was writing them for like every week I would write him like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, DJ Envy, I want to intern at Power 105. Yo, DJ Envy, yo, how you get to where you got to? And then he wrote me back. He's like, yo, don't stop your grind. Continue doing what you're doing, man. You don't know who's listening and who's watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. And then, like, motivate me. Like, yo, if I could get to him, all right, then I could definitely get to somebody at Netflix office, man, to hear me out. You know what I mean?
That's a fact right there.
Yeah, man. All of them do. TK Kirkland, the comedian, Godfrey, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of the people that I really love, like, I really enjoy watching and stuff like that. Some of these other podcasts, like, I've written them and some of them have responded back. You know what I mean? Even Dr. Umar, you know what I'm saying? That was one of my biggest shocks. I remember I did an episode with one of my friends, Brian, and it was called The Art of Love. And he was talking about Dr. Umar, how much he loved Dr. Umar, how much he, you know what I mean, he admired him. So I sent it to Dr. Umar. You know what I'm saying? I wrote him like, hey, listen, man, it's one of my friends, you know, we really respect your work. We really respect what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you could just take a listen. And he wrote back, he was like, yeah, I'm going to take a listen. I'm on my way to such and such. I'll listen to the podcast right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I was like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? This man he's a busy dude and he's taking time out of his schedule to actually respond. You know what I mean? So I'm telling people like, yo, just throw that bait out there, man. You never know who's going to respond to you or who's doing what. You know what I'm saying? It might be a day where they just going through it and just see you. You just happen to be that first DM. You know what I mean? Something.
That's a fact right there. That's a
fact,
fact.
Man. Yeah, definitely.
That's good. That's good.
So what you got, JR? Wait, what? We can't hear you.
Oh, y'all can hear me?
Your lips was moving, but we.
Let me is my mic? Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you now. They all over there Googling property in Guyana right now.
Man, son, after you look, we went from talking about the White House and Trump, and then we shifted, son. That honestly got me thinking. That's all me and Cal talked to, son. He hit me up. Hey, what you think about this? And it always ends up in business. And I ain't lying, son. I've been tossing and turning for the last couple of weeks with like, hey, look, you need to get up, son. You need to think about some business, get a plane going or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You said Netflix. Have you ever thought about how can I put this? Hold on, I'm in my thoughts now. Hold on.
Let me ask y'all something, man. Let me throw y'all something out there. When this pandemic is all over and everything start getting back to normal, right? Do you guys plan on ever having a live show? And what city would you choose to do your live show? Because I know, you know, you guys you have ties to New Orleans, to Arkansas, to Seattle. So where would you guys actually do your live show at?
Man, that's a good question.
Where will we do a live show?
That's a good. I was thinking about Australia. For real.
Hey, do one with Adam.
Yeah, you know, we got listeners who reach out from Australia and the UK and stuff.
Nice, dope.
I supposed to get the one of the listeners from Australia on the show because I always wondered about Australia because I be watching all that National Geographic stuff and I be wondering if it's really that dangerous.
Damn, Kyle, you foul, man. How you gonna? Yo, we are so racist, son. The only thing we know about Australia is National Geographic and kangaroo, man. We foul for that.
Well, no, you know the poison, the spiders and the snakes. You know, I'm like,
yeah. Exactly, man. Hell yeah.
I was thinking about probably Australia, but not if Australia. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
I would say, you know what, New York. I've never been to New York.
But he said, where we do a live show at though?
New York.
Oh, all right.
New York, yeah.
I mean,
let me tell you this, man. That somebody told me too. It was like, man, when this pandemic is over, people are gonna want to get out. So if you do podcasts, if you do comedy, if you do anything live, the best time to do it once this is all over because people are going to want to get out. People are going to want to enjoy themselves. So, you know what I mean? I would just, if I was you, I would consider it, man, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if y'all just print out flyers, like, you know, get a little spot, like, hey, listen, we're doing a live show here. come out. You know what I'm saying? Like word of mouth. You know what I mean? Like and JR, right, man. New York, man, that's the Mecca, man. I know so many people that done live shows in New York and packed house just because people wanted to come out. You know what I mean? You know how to get people out. Free food and alcohol. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think about that till Trav just said that. I never even thought about a live show once this over with.
Yeah, man. Every podcaster, man, needs. I advise every podcaster to do a live show, man. Everyone to do a live show, man, because it's practice basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, who don't want to come out live and talk in front of people? You always in front of your phone or you in front of your camera. You don't ever get that reaction right then and there. To do it in front of people, like you really testing your skills. Like you really be like, yo, I can do this, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't like you just standing there telling jokes. You're telling people how you feel about things, like your perspective on things. So people will respect that. You know what I mean?
Hey, you're right. He is right. I gotta give it to him. He's right.
It would be cool. It would be cool to do a live show to actually have a couple parties.
Yeah, that too, man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, everybody break bread, man. You bring people that does, you know what I mean? Like you just get a spot. Like that's what we was planning on doing. We was planning on getting a spot for like 5 hours. We was gonna do a live show before this all hit. And we was gonna print up T-shirts, flyers, you know what I'm saying? All of that. We was gonna get food, liquor, and we was gonna have like rappers, like people that paint, people that sing, and all of that just to perform. And then the last 2 hours, it was when we was gonna do our podcast show. Charge people $5 and $10. You know what I'm saying? Like front seats for $10, back seat $5. You know what I'm saying? Like just get people to do that because you know what I mean. You want to make the money back. You know what I'm saying? We got a little spot like they had their own, cameras and all that, and it was like I think it was like $500 total to rent out the whole place. You know what I'm saying? Another, I want to say $150 just to get chairs for everybody to sit in. You know what I'm saying? And we all got homeboys or homegirl that got EBT, so the food would have been. You know what I'm saying? The food and the liquor would have been all right. You know what I mean? Like it would have got. You know what I mean? And we was, and I'm thinking about. I'm like, yo, we're gonna actually make more money. You know what I mean? Than we actually put out. You know what I'm saying? Because the shirts we was gonna charge people. The shirts was like $5 to me. So we're gonna charge people $10 and $15. You know what I'm saying? When people drunk, they tend to spend more money. You know what I'm saying? And then with everything that's going on, so I advise you guys to really like put some thought into doing a live show, man. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, you rap, so right there, you already got one performance right there. You know what I mean? Cal, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Enough said, man. You know what I mean? And then you can prove to yourself by performing in front of a live audience, like, you know what? I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I can rock the crowd. I can control it. You know what I'm saying? And all that, So, yeah, man.
Well, I don't know. This whole pandemic showed me that, everybody needs to think about, we got to rethink about what we doing.
Man.
Like work and business and all that stuff. We really got to think about that.
Yeah.
I tell people, it's enough money out there for everybody. It's a lot of money out there, but the only thing is, are you going to go get it?
Yeah. That's a fact, man. You know what I mean? Tell people this, man. Sitting on your ass gonna only end up with you crashing, man. That's it, man. You know what I mean? You sitting down, money gonna be flying by you, man. You gotta go out there and get it. Just know you'll get it, man. But you gotta go out there and get it. Just like Kyle said, man, it's enough money to circulate for everybody to get. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we in a box and the money is only going around in this box. It's a whole world. You can't make money in America. Hey, try making money in South America. You can't make money in South America. Go to Egypt or something else. You know what I'm saying? There's money all over. You know what I mean? So you can go to other places. Don't just stay in the one spot. Like my uncle felt like, because of his past, he couldn't make money in America. Hey, he went to South America and got on his grind. And now, look, he's building a hotel, getting his money together and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing with people. We feel like, okay, we can't make money in one situation. That's it. Like, nah, man, there's always an A, B, C, D. You know what I'm saying? There's 26 alphabets. You know what I'm saying? So try all those plans. And if not, start with the numbers. There's damn near a gazillion numbers. Start with number one plan number. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always way to make money, man. It's always way to get to where you need to get to.
Ooh, that's a fact right there.
Now I got a question. If you can have anybody, literally anybody, whether it's entertainment, sports, ballet, just anything that you can have on your show, who would it be? Give me a top three. Give me a top three. Give me a top three.
Top three? Okay.
Top three.
Man, Kobe Bryant.
Who?
If I could, man, God rest his soul, man. Kobe is somebody that changed my life, man. You know what I mean? But what, dead or alive or just alive? Which one?
He dead or alive.
Okay, Kobe definitely would be number one. You know, number two would be Tax Tone. Definitely Tax Tone. And number three would probably be Wesley Pipes.
Wesley Pipes.
Yeah.
I like the way you
Wesley Pipes changed my life, man. Wesley Pipes changed every man's life in America, man. That's somebody I would love to. I gotta interview, man. Come on, man. You taught us how to talk about women.
Hey, now I gotta say, I did never expect that one.
man, like I tell you from the Elaborate Podcast, man, you gotta expect the unexpected from us, man. You want to interview Wesley Pipes, man? Come on, man. That man is a come on.
He's a legend. Hey, in the hood,
come on,
bro.
man. Come on, man. That man taught all of us, man, how to treat how to talk to our woman, man, how to get freaky with us, man. Come on, man. And had no shame in his game. He brought lugs back, man. He made us want to have sex in Timbs. Come on, man. That enough said, man. Come on, man. Word up. What about y'all, man? Who's y'all top three? Who would y'all interview, man?
Yeah, I would go with Kobe. That's my guy, though. Music wise, I would want to interview J. Cole. And who else? One more person. Not LeBron. Yeah.
I agree with you too. On the flop.
You know what, son? I interviewed Trump.
Okay. Definitely. He's the most interesting man on the face of the earth right now. So yeah, I respect that. Definitely, I respect that list, man. You know what I mean? Definitely. What about you, Kyle? What would you interview?
Well, I know the first person I want to interview is Master P.
Yeah?
I want to put out some noodles and rice, my dang self. He got me putting out food now.
Yeah. What's your name? Hootie Hoo?
Yeah, he got the Hootie Hoo cereal, yeah. Shout out to P. Dang, who would I want to interview? I don't know. I got a feeling if I keep this up, I probably will have P on one day.
Heard up, man. Manifest it. Man.
Master P.
Probably. Who else would I want to interview? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm speaking into existence. Man, I ain't expect Trav to hit me. I ain't expect him to come back with that one. P, probably. I would probably say Jay-Z on his business side too. You know, him and P.
Okay.
And,
that's powerful.
Probably Martin Luther King.
Okay.
I just have to know like how he kept himself so peaceful back then.
Man, you know, a wise man once said that, Martin Luther King was a lot more stronger than Malcolm X, man. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
And the reason why he said that because, it takes a man with patience and power to have somebody yelling and screaming in his face, kicking him, punching him, to not attack. You know, Malcolm X is all about the violence and going at people. Like, you touch me, you don't catch a hot one. You know what I mean? Malcolm X is all about turning the other cheek and walking away from the violence. You know what I mean? So, you know, I respect that, man, because I don't know how he did it, man, because, whoo.
Yeah, it take a lot of patience. I know that.
It does, man. It takes a lot, man. He took a lot. So I respect that list, man. I really do, man.
So,
You know what I mean?
how can people find you and your podcast?
Hey, man, you can find my podcast anywhere, man. Like I always say, we're Googleable. The Elaborate Podcast, man. You know what I mean? You can find us on SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple Podcasts. I'm working on the Spotify and other stuff too, man. You know what I mean? I just, with everything going on, I really haven't had the time to really sit down and really start playing with my podcast and you know what I mean? We're gonna have videos and stuff like that, But like I said, man, if you want to, you can Google us, you know what I mean? The Elaborate Podcast. I think it's another podcast out there, that has the elaborate stuff, you know what I mean? Shout out to my homegirl Nancy too, man. She have a podcast called Let's Elaborate, you know what I mean? I told her, I'm gonna actually tell her today about, you know what I mean, maybe coming on y'all podcast, because she's someone that, she's great with relationships. She, you know what I mean? She talks about her life, about raising kids and stuff like that. Hopefully one day you guys can have her on too, man. She's dope. Dope. Shout out to her, man. She's a podcast. We actually had her on, but shout out to her. And yeah, man.
Twitter? You got your Twitter yet?
Nah, man. Come on, man. I'm all, you know what I'm saying? I'm 30, but I'm 95, man. That's too much stuff to be keeping up with, man. I'll make the Twitter, you know what I'm saying? But I have a, you know what I mean, Instagram, you know what I mean? My Instagram is Beloved Trav, and my Facebook is Beloved Trav, man. Make sure you follow me on that, man.
See,
you know what I mean?
Okay. And is there any shout outs you want to do?
Yeah, man. Shout out to myself. That's number one, man. Shout out to myself. Not to be cocky, but you got to shout yourself out, man, because you wouldn't be you if you didn't do the things that you wanted to do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Shout out to you guys for having me on, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. I really appreciate you, man. For real, man.
Thank you.
Kyle, man, we always have conversation. I always come to you with problems like financially, you know what I mean, helping me build my credit and whatnot, you know what I mean? So shout out to you, man. You didn't know me from a hole in the wall. You could have just like, nigga, I don't know you, nigga. Why you even, you know what I'm saying? But nah, you took the time out to actually be like, nah, man, you do this. You make a list, you X off all your stuff, pay for it, and this, that, and that. So shout out to you for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to from the bottom. Shout out to my co-host, you know what I'm saying, the Bronx Bomber. My boy man, that's my dude right there. That's my dog, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to him, man. Hopefully he can come on too, because he ain't never been on no other podcast. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping he can come on one of your episode of podcasters. You know what I mean?
Like I said, you the first. You the first.
Shout out to me. That's what I said. Shout out to me for being the first, man. Numero uno. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully I drop gems and jewels on to help other people, you know what I mean, broaden and help them have an understanding on this podcast thing,
Oh shoot, that's what I'm talking about. You got something, I'm gonna let Trav do an inspirational quote.
Okay. I had this inspirational quote, you know what I'm saying? It's very dear to my heart, you know what I mean? And it is, Kyle has always taught me something about, you know what I mean, time is money, and there's enough money out there. So here's my inspirational quote to you. Procrastination is like masturbation, because in the end, you're only effing yourself. So remember that.
I'm talking about he's gonna be a rapper. That's bars. Alcatraz.
You know what I'm saying?
So JR, I'm wondering if since we showing love to the podcasters, if we do something different this time. We let him do the shout out for his show this time on our show.
Shit, man.
I think he'd be the first to do that too, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Hey, man, like I said, man, shout out to the Elaborate Podcast. You know what I mean? Shout out to From the Bottom Podcast. Shout out to you if you got a podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, don't stop. No matter how big or small your audience is, no matter how big or small your podcast is, man, no matter how crazy equipment is, whatever the case may be, man. Shout out to you, man. Keep your grind. Don't stop. That's all I gotta say. Don't stop, man. You know what I mean? Just like everything else, it's gonna take time to build. It's gonna take time to grow. But when you get to where you get to, it's gonna pay off, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just keep the grind, man. Keep the hustle alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. More blessings to you, man. I see y'all making it big, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day y'all wake up and it's like 1 million people following y'all. And I'd be like, yo, how this happen, yo? And they'd be like, yo.
Well, if we do that, you know, you're gonna be there too. So
yeah, man. Listen, man. All I want is a pistol, and that's it, man. That's all I want, man.
You want to go play the El Chapo one.
That's all I want, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for having me. I appreciate it so much, yo.
So Trav, what's your sign off? I can't remember at the end of your episode, at the end of all your shows.
Oh,
that's how we gonna end the show. That's how we gonna end
okay. My bad. My sign off is damn, you caught me on the spot, man. I almost damn near forgot. Thank everybody that been listening. Thank everybody that been tuning in to the Elaborate Podcast. You understand what I'm saying? Thank everybody that been following us. Thank everybody that's helping us get off the platform to where we need to be. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, man. So much. Grace, blessings, happy, and love, man. Thank you, yo.
Shout out, y'all. Holla at y'all.
Man. All right, man.
All right.
From the bottom. You know we got 'em. We got it. We from the bottom.